I am Christine Bamert. I'm the Operations Director for Quality Digest Magazine. And this is David Jones, who is CEO and owner of Blazing Onion, a fabulous restaurant in Washington State. So, David, we've been having a very nice visit. Why don't you tell me about how did you design your service model? How did you decide to be an environment that will push service or hold service rather than pushed it? How did that all begin?
Came from Lori and I going out to dinner and wanting to be able to have a system where we could do two things at the same time, so we could go and have a limited time. We're always late. We have 6 o'clock on a Friday. We're going to go out, and we're working until the very last second, and we ended up having a 7:30 show we wanted to do. And so how can we go out to eat at a nice place and still have service be quick enough to be able to make it to the second show and still be on time and have an enjoyable evening.
And have something besides a taco.
Right. Yeah, and that's another big thing. Lori likes to have a glass of wine after a long week, and you can't do that at a lot of the places that are the fast, casual, quick. So we wanted to, we would like to go to a nicer place. And when we do that, you're sometimes held hostage by the service.
So why don't you talk about how your first restaurant worked and what you're evolving to?
Well, our first restaurant we did with signs. So we were trying to create something where you could summon service at any moment. That's our big thing, is that service on demand, that you can summon service. And we call it Fast Casual Plus. So we start out kind of looking like a fast casual restaurant, but then you get inside and there's a plus that you get to it. So first off, we did it with signs. So you had a sign that alerted the server that you needed help, started the order yourself, and then you had a sign that you need help, and you have a sign to pay or anything you want to do. You just put up a sign, and it gets someone to notice that you need help. We did huge red stop signs so that it's obnoxious.
And how fast would someone respond to
30
that?
seconds is our commitment to get to someone. So we have people that would raise the stop sign just for fun, to test us, which makes a fun, interactive thing going on in the restaurant. But it's a huge red stop sign, and the downside of that was that some customers would feel awkward about putting it up because it did draw so much attention to the table. They didn't want to bring it up, so they would get up and go get things themselves. And
so they didn't have to bother anybody.
Right. And so
people are like that.
Yeah. So we discovered that probably not the best thing, so we were still looking, and we end up coming up with a system from Long Range Systems, which is our push button system, where you actually have a key call. You choose now. We added to the concept pay now or pay later for people that want to do cocktails or add dessert, where they didn't have to open a second check, so they could pay later.
And is that something that happens at check-in?
Something that happens at check-in.
Okay.
So when you come in to order, one of our first questions will be, would you like to pay now, or would you like to leave your check open so you can add things or make other decisions.
Right.
So people can choose that. If they pay now, there's still an awkward moment there because they have to figure out on a credit card whether they're going to tip or not, which I would tell them to leave their check open and tip at the end after you experience the service, and then there's no question for it. You can just make that decision at the end. We also have tip boxes, so we don't because we're tip sharing in the restaurant side. We let people not put it on the table. They can put it in a box.
Oh, I haven't seen that around.
They're at the entrance points, so there'll be tip boxes there. You could just carry the tip with you out. If we bust the table, you'll see our servers grab the tip and put it in the tip box. So
that's great. And then what are you moving to?
Well, we're moving to, we're trying to get people out of the lobby. We're trying to, again, evolving into this service on demand style. We're evolving it into iPad ordering at the table.
Cool.
So it allows you to do everything that you could do now. So our system in between the signs was the paging system, where it paged the server for service, and within 30 seconds we get to you. You didn't have to have the stop sign anymore. And the other benefit was, because of the keys and they're engaged at the table, we know right where you're sitting, so we're not wandering around looking for table number 313 number up on a table. So with the iPads, it does all of those things, still has the pager system in it, but now you get to sit and relax, order when you're ready, order another beer when you want. I don't know how many times you've gone out where you wanted another glass of wine or another beer, or you're ready to order dessert, and the server took so long to get there, you change your mind.
Yes,
We'll be able to capture that, and you won't be frustrated by it, or that won't be a memory, because you'll just be able to push a button and it's on its way. So that's one of the things with the iPads. It just accomplishes a whole lot. Lets us stay in our service mode.
And what's next?
Well, we're still
beyond
growing.
the iPad, right? Yeah.
Well, we're hoping to register. We're hoping to get our register approved to franchise. We're hoping to get the iPads going. We have more growth opportunities coming up. I probably get 2 requests every quarter for a location that I have to weed through, and I can go as fast as Lori says we have the money to go. So I see the location's great. I ask Lori, she says no, and then I'm sad, and then we look for the next spot. But we're team on that.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. It's been really fun. It's a great place, and we're excited to meet you and hear about it.
Thank you.
A lot. I'm Chris Bammert, Quality Digest. Thanks a lot.